Welcome to another video from Celebrity Gossip. Today, we'll be talking about the first presidential debate for the year 2020.
Supreme Court Justice, radical left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list?
Some takeaways from the first presidential debate. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. It'll help us keep that fresh new content coming. This year's last standing candidates are Donald Trump and Joe Biden. For this round, former Vice President Biden is the clear winner. These are the reasons why he took that first big win. First off, President Trump's coronavirus answers did not get any better. More than 200,000 Americans have died from COVID-19, and cases are spiking again in some parts of the country. And yet, Trump's tactic when defending himself on his management of the pandemic was to insult Biden's intelligence. And as Biden said,
And he didn't even tell you. He's on record as saying it. He panicked or he just looked at the stock market. One of the two, because guess what? A lot of people died. And a lot more are going to die unless he gets a lot smarter, a lot quicker.
So, did you use the word smart? You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me.
Trump's biggest liability in the election is the coronavirus pandemic, and Trump offered little to change that. At this point, Biden had some of his strongest moments on this segment.
This is the same man
It's
who
all
told
set
you
up.
by Easter this would be gone away. By the warm weather, it'd be gone. Miraculous, like a miracle. And by the way, maybe you could inject some bleach in your arm, and that would take care of it. This is the same man.
That was said sarcastically,
That was
you
him-
know that.
I-
that
I-
was said
And
sarcastically.
so here's the deal. This man,
Trump was also asked about his mask skepticism. Biden noted that Trump continues to hold rallies at which masks have often been scarce.
he's been totally irresponsible the way in which he has handled the social distancing and people wearing masks, basically encouraged them not to.
All right.
He's a fool on this.
If you could get the
Trump gambled that voters would be more turned off by Biden saying he would shut things down again if health officials advised it, baselessly accusing Democrats of using current mitigation methods for electoral benefit. Next, President Trump went on heated personal attacks rather than answering the questions. As expected, the president found a way to bring up what many saw as his trump card, Hunter Biden. Trump indeed addressed his challenger's son and recycled allegations about the younger Biden's international business practices.
China
With
ate
Mexico.
your lunch, down
All right, gentlemen,
18%.
in-
China ate your lunch, Joe, and no wonder your son goes in and he takes out billions of dollars. Takes out billions of dollars to manage. He makes millions of dollars. And also,
Simply
while we're
not
at it,
true.
why is
Simply
it,
not.
just out of curiosity, the mayor of Moscow's wife gave your son $3.5 million.
That's
What
not
did he
true.
do to deserve it?
That
What
is-
did he do with Burisma
None
to
of that-
deserve
Wait,
$183,000?
None
You've
of
asked
that
your
is
question,
true.
let him answer.
Well, wait, he
Let's
didn't get
talk-
$3.5 million, Joe?
Mr. Vice
Did
President.
was a
Burisma pay him
report-
$183,000 a month with no experience and energy?
Mr. President.
He doesn't want to let me answer because he knows I have the truth. By everyone has discredited. Matter of fact,
However, Biden did not call into play any of Trump's international business dealings and instead turned straight to the camera saying,
here's the deal. We want to talk about families and ethics. I don't want to do that. I mean, his family we could talk about all night. His family, this is not
Mr.
about
President.
my
Coming
family
and
or his
helping us
family.
with
It's
government.
about your family,
They
the
didn't
American
collect
people.
$3.5 million
He
for
doesn't.
nothing.
That's not true. It doesn't want to talk about what you need. You, the American people. It's about you. That's what we're talking about
you
here.
should
All right,
Not
that's the
about
end of
here.
it.
Next, Trump consistently declines to condemn white supremacists. Trump has repeatedly resisted denouncing white nationalists and white supremacists who have allied themselves with him. So Wallace asked Trump to make his position clear. A flashpoint in the debate that has been directed on social media was Trump refusing to condemn armed militias, insisting against the guidance of his own FBI director.
The National Guard.
You have repeatedly criticized the vice president for not specifically calling out Antifa and other left-wing
That's right.
extremist groups. But are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing.
Right, from
Proud
the left
Boys,
side.
stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left, because this is not a right-wing problem. This is a left-wing.
However, Biden did not capitalize on this moment, not pushing back until Trump had made his arguments. This thus gets us to the next point, in which Biden missed a lot of opportunities during the debate. This was not his cleanest debate. He was not crisp, was often flummoxed, as was Chris Wallace by Trump's antics.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe?
Final word, Mr.
Well, it's hard to get any word in with this clown. Excuse me, this.
Hey,
this
let me
person.
just say, Joe.
No. Mr.
Biden missed some opportunities. For example, when Trump was talking about the role of masks in preventing the spread of the coronavirus, Biden could have interjected more forcefully to talk about Trump's largely maskless rallies. When Trump claimed his rallies caused no harm, Biden could have pointed out the spike in coronavirus cases after Trump's Tulsa, Oklahoma rally. That was likely overshadowed by Trump's demeanor, but for the next debate, if there is one, Biden's team will need to try to sharpen him up. On to the next point. Biden distanced himself from the left. One of the prevailing GOP attacks on Biden is that he would be beholden to the far left. When Trump goaded Biden on some of the more extreme elements of his party, Biden shot back.
I am the Democratic Party right now. The platform of the
Not according
Democratic
to
Party
Harris.
is what I, in fact, approved of. What I approved of. Now, here's the deal.
Biden also maintained that there is systemic racism, but echoed an argument that the GOP often makes about police, that those who abuse their powers are the rare bad apples. Later on, Biden again pointedly declined to attach himself to a push by liberals upset over Judge Amy Coney Barrett's nomination to the Supreme Court to abolish the filibuster or pack the Supreme Court, saying voters should have their voices heard on the topic.
Packing the court.
Whatever position I take on that, that'll become the issue. The issue is the American people should speak. You should go out and vote. You're in voting now. Vote and let your senators know how strongly you vote.
It wasn't a profile in bold politics, and it could disappoint some of his liberal allies. Trump at one point shot back, "You just lost the left." But it was clear Biden wanted to insulate himself, which was probably the smart play, given that he leads this race. Lastly, Biden resisted Trump's repeated goading. Trump's strategy from the start was clear: to steamroll Biden and debate moderator Chris Wallace, hoping to catch his opponent in a bad moment, perhaps reinforcing arguments about Biden's mental faculties and steadiness as a leader. It seemed to reflect that Trump needs to change the race more than Biden does. Biden's strategy was also clear: to stick to his talking points, try not to engage much, and not give Trump what he wanted. Biden didn't allow himself to be pulled off his game. It was not an enlightening debate from a policy standpoint, but that was in large part because Trump wanted a food fight. And that concludes our list. If you agree that Biden won this race, and if we missed any crucial points, let us know through the comments below. But that is to say that Trump's approach reinforced the reality of who's winning and who's not.